I get like scam texts or like those messages every day, like sugar daddy messages every day.
Stop it.
Every
No,
single
you
day. Yeah.
Sugar daddies?
My
Stop
my
it. I'm so uncomfortable right now.
My Instagram is full of them. The amount of men asking for feet pics on Instagram is wild. I'm underage.
I don't feel comfortable at all with that happening to you. I'm glad that we're talking about it because wait, oh my gosh, are you serious?
Yeah.
You just don't respond. You block them. What do you do? Because we need to have a this is happening. We're having a discussion of what needs to happen next. I was not aware of this. This is unprepared things for your mother. Welcome back, listeners. We are on another new episode of Between Us. We are excited to be back with you. I am happy that we are, for whatever reason, in matching sweatpants right now. Originally, I was wearing white, and then I spilled ramen when I was coming into here, so I had to change. So today is comfy clothes day. Getting into our conversation, which I am very excited about today. Today's subject is a big one for us. I think it has a lot of meaning. There's a lot to cover with it. As today's topic is social media. Ugh, I know. I feel like we just need to like take a deep breath and like really take in what that means and all the different directions that today's topic can really take us.
Yeah.
So as a lot of you know, if you guys have followed our family's journey, if you followed me ever since I first got started on TV, which I feel like was kind of the start of social media, you then obviously got to know Wesley and you've literally watched our lives as long as I can remember, gotten to know us, grown with us, laughed with us, shared in so many different experiences, all through the amazing source of social media. But with everything, I think there sometimes can be a positive side and also a negative side. So I want to make sure that with today's topic, we cover all of that.
Sounds good. I'm excited.
Are you excited? I'm excited, but also doubly nervous about this one.
Yeah.
Let's start some lighthearted takes on this. What is your favorite source of social media?
TikTok.
TikTok?
Yeah. Of course.
And why?
I just think it's fun. It's like people are more carefree on that app. Like Instagram, it's too structured. People want to build their aesthetic. Snapchat, it's not really a social media. Like, yeah, I text people, but like I don't post on there. Everything else I don't use. So
is this really going to show my age? I'm so opposite of you.
Yeah.
It's really going to show my age because
is.
I love Instagram for being super aesthetic.
Yeah.
I love that about it.
Yeah.
TikTok to me is way more fun. It is way more relatable. So I enjoy and find myself scrolling for more hours on that because it kind of helps you find your community. So yes, TikTok for me is really fun, but Instagram's my favorite.
Yeah.
Snapchat, I don't get it.
You're just not that generation, girl.
I'm too old. Oh my gosh, I hate admitting it. Like
you've always hated it though.
Yeah. I just always thought it was a setup for children because the idea of a photo being sent to someone and having to disappear, I didn't understand why it would need to be there. So for me, it just felt like something kids can fall into like a trap for with people.
Yeah.
And so I didn't let you have Snapchat for a really, really long time.
I mean, I've only had it for like, 2 years now?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, all of my social media, I didn't have control of anything until the more recent years.
Yeah.
But
that definitely kind of falls into where I wanted to go next too, because I didn't let you have Snapchat because I was really worried about it. But then as a parent, as I looked at all the social medias, you can really fall into anything with any of them. So it was more or less, instead of trying to hold you back as a mom from going to any social media, I was like, it's probably more important to teach you the tools of how to navigate social media. I think you do a really good job with that though.
Yeah. I think I appreciate like how you navigate that more now that I'm older. Yeah, I have followers, but I don't really post. And some people I like look back at like their Instagrams or they'll have like memories. You know when memories pop up and stuff? Some people have them. I'm like, you guys were posting this? You were in elementary school, middle school?
They weren't. It was their parents. Let's be real.
No.
We all know it was the parents because it was me. I did that for you as well.
No, I'm not talking about that. You don't understand. I'm saying like Musical.lys and like things where it's like old TikTok where you're like, wow, that was embarrassing that you posted that to the public. And don't get me wrong, I have so many like that.
You have some cringy
I have
posts.
Awful TikToks. And most of them I've taken down. But some of them are still up. You can find them. Just don't go looking, please.
Well, have you ever, with social media though, have you ever fallen into a situation that you got like really nervous about? Like with someone, like for instance, someone reaching out to you on DM that you didn't know, or did you ever feel like someone was trying to scam you or like trap you in anything? Has that ever happened to you?
I get like scam text or like those messages every day, like sugar daddy messages every day.
Stop it.
Every
No,
single
you
day. Yeah.
Sugar daddies?
My
Stop it. I'm so uncomfortable right now.
My Instagram is full of them. The amount of men asking for feet pics on Instagram is wild. I'm underage.
I don't feel comfortable at all with that happening to you. I'm glad that we're talking about it because wait, oh my gosh, are you serious?
Yeah.
You just don't respond. You block them. What do you do? Because we need to have this is happening. We're having a discussion of what needs to happen next. I was not aware of this. This is unprepared things for your mother.
I mean, it just goes in my like unfiltered DM, so I just like I'll check it every once in a while if I want to laugh or giggle, but
don't open those. First off, never open them because you don't know where it's gonna go. So let's just make the rule just being like people that you know.
It's only gonna open the link, like the DM. It's not gonna. I'm not gonna click on links or anything. Just some of them are like, send feet pics. I'll send you $15 for every pic you send me.
Oh my gosh, can we turn these people in?
$500 of weekly allowance for you if you be my sugar baby.
Stop it. They also say allowance, I mean like a fee, like an allowance because they know you were a child. That is absolutely insane. I'm really appalled. I'm really sorry that that's happening. For real, as a mom like that, like it makes me like worried, but it also makes me sad that you would have to navigate that space.
I don't have to navigate it. I just see it and then I think it's funny.
Yeah, but that's still like that. I never had to deal with some man asking me for feet pics when I was growing up. Like that's really uncomfortable. I feel like so weird.
We always have this conversation of you're like, I hate like how you guys are growing up with social media affects so much. And I'm just like, this is my normal.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's like, well, you seeing it as like oh, that's terrible. I'm just like, it is what it is. I can't change it. It's what's going to happen. And it's just the modern world.
I think the way as your mom I've tried to teach you is that other people are going to show their ugly through social media. Mm-hmm. It's the way you use your social media. That's all you can control. Mm-hmm. So even you knowing that this is a scam or these are bad things are happening and like in making yourself aware makes me feel like you're going to be okay through it. Like I don't like hearing that it's happening, but I can't control other people's actions. But the fact that you see it as a problem and you know it's a problem and aren't leaning into it and getting exposed to that and allowing that to control you makes me feel like you're going to be okay. And I really, like, I would just wish that other people weren't targeting you kind of. Like targeting kids and teenagers trying to entrap them into that.
Because all my friends, obviously, like, I think I have more followers than some of my friends, but they all get them. Like, I know Sayuri gets them. It's just like, if you have it a public account, everyone's going to look and everyone's like, people will just send you random crazy messages.
Yeah. So. I think for me, the thing I've learned through social media is, like I said earlier, there's positive sides and there's also negative. Mm-hmm. So I always try to like, okay, when we're looking at the positive, there's educational things you can learn from social media. You can be inspired by someone. You can learn so much. Oh my gosh, the different skill sets that you can learn from TikTok or from YouTube or from it's so incredible the reach that we have and we can grow so much as people. But then there's also the ugly side of it. Yeah. And I just, for me, when it comes to people reaching out to your DMs, that's not something you can control at all. Yeah. And so that obviously worries me. But not even just the reach people have to you in your DMs. Mm-hmm. It's also the reach that people have to you in your comment section. And I find that to be such a damaging place as well. But I always try to teach you that for me, social media is a huge projection of other people. Mm-hmm. And if you can put up a mirror in front of you and not allow it to affect you, not allow it to change you, not allow those scammers to come into your actual space, it's never going to hold you. It's never going to have control of you. And that's like the biggest thing I hope for you and your generation, that can be something you guys can learn, because you do have to navigate so much more with social media than I ever had to grow up with. I mean, when I taught you the mirror thing, like, I feel like that was the biggest advice I've ever given to you through social media. Mm-hmm. I remember when you first got social media and you had been bullied at school and you had posted about it. And I remember people kind of gave you comments that were mixed feelings. And my first advice to you that I said was ignore it. I said, don't read the comments. And I thought I was being a really good mom saying that.
Oh my gosh. Everyone says that. And it's stupid.
It's not stupid. No. If you're not on social media, you think that's good advice. No, but as your mom, I did think it was good advice at that time. And then I realized we're all humans. You are going to read the comments.
I just think, like, curiosity. Like, I'm such a curious person, and regardless if I think it's going to hurt my feelings or not, I want to see what people are saying. Not every single comment, because there's a lot. But I see comments, and it's like, regardless if I feel a way about it or, like, I'm going to respond to it or not, like, I'm going to look. Because some are funny. Some I'm just like, wow, you're outlandish for saying this.
No, it's you're going to look. The reality is that you do care what people are saying. It's just, how are you going to channel it, and how are you going to realize that it's a projection of someone else's feelings? And that's what I told you. That's when I changed my perspective when you got older. And I was like, no, like, when you look at these people giving you comments, first off, most of them are bots. Most of them aren't even real people. But then second, it's usually how they feel about themselves. Right? And so I think that I gave way better advice to you as you've been older in it. Not the first time I gave you advice about it. Like, if you're going to read the comments, put that mirror up and realize anything they're saying to you is really their own personal insecurities.
I think my personality goes well with social media, though, just because I don't think I take things as personally as people mean for them to be. We get hate comments, but I'm just like, oh.
It has to.
There are some that strike a nerve, but most of them I'm just, it doesn't bother me as much because, like, you're never gonna, like, you don't know who I am.
Yeah.
And people are so ignorant on social media. People can't even form sentences in our comments. It bothers me when it's in mass, when it's a large amount of people commenting the same thing. Then it gets me to be like, do you guys know something I don't know? Or, like, you guys all believe this collectively? Like, then it bothers me. But if it's something just, like, random here or there, I'm just like, I throw it away. Put it in the back of my mind.
Well, I think what happens is people start to bandwagon because it becomes the popular thought. And then everyone just, not only are they bandwagoning, but they're always bandwagoning the most wild thing.
Yeah.
The most wild comments, unfortunately, get the most hits and they get the most attention. They get the most likes. And it's just because people are like, whoa, that's shocking.
Yeah.
And so then people want to be a part of the conversation because a lot of times it's people just feeling valid in their thoughts, even though they would never say it in real life.
Yeah.
And that's what's so dangerous about it. Like, that's the dangerous side of social media is people feel really powerful because they can hide behind a keyboard and they would actually never have the courage to say it in real life.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is, for me, I don't mind when a stranger says something because for me, I do know, I'm like, I understand it's like a projection. It might be their own insecurity or, you know, or they just want to be mean because they're maybe sad that day and it's kind of a release for them, unfortunately. Yeah. But when it's someone that you know, when you know it's like a personal connection to you and someone says something that's untrue about you or it's a falsehood or it's exaggerated or it's just something really mean or vile, for me that hurts and cuts deep because other people start to believe it because that person
is
associated with you. And that's where it starts to get really dangerous.
Yeah.
But what's crazy about that is a lot of the times those people never text that to you. They never called that to say their opinion. They would never say it to you in real life. In fact, they'll probably post something crazy when they see you in real life and they give you a hug. Because that happens, you know? And so I feel like just social media has kind of opened up this place to kind of show people's ugly side in their personalities as well. Yeah. And so for me, I think I've always just tried to like hold myself to some sort of caliber that I would never say anything negative about anyone or to anyone or post anything on social media that has any of that. Like, I've committed to that because I'm also, you know me, I'm like that in real life anyways. But for me, I don't ever want to fall victim to saying something on social media because it feels like there's this weird void that it can go into that makes it fake. Because I'm like, no, it's not a fake place. It's real.
Yeah.
It's a real place that people can really see that and it really affects them emotionally and it can affect how their day is going to go. It can affect, you know, what they do with the rest of their lives. And so for me, I've always committed, you know, if I want to put up a mirror or like protect myself from people's projections, I don't ever want to be a person that have to do that to someone else.
Yeah.
I think it's just a really, you know, it's holding yourself accountable now on social media.
Yeah. But it's also just like, why be that hateful? In general, it's not necessary. And your social media accounts are just supposed to be about you and what you love to do. Like, it shouldn't be something where you're like going to spread negativity. And a lot of people, that's all their social media is for. And I just think it's like, do better.
Right?
Just do better.
I mean, I think, you know, social media, because it's behind that like screen, I think people really release a lot of emotions that they have. It's like, just go work on yourself. Go talk to a therapist. Like, go talk to a friend. Go out. Go try something new.
Yeah. But it's also like, why use social media as an outlet for all that stuff? Like, if I need a rant or like if I'm going to be mad at somebody, I'm going to go to the people that are close to me that are going to understand and relay opinions back and forth with me. Not social media where nobody's going to be able to put in perspective how I feel and the actual situation at hand. It's literally just like,
facts.
Guys.
You're just spitting straight facts right now, Miss Wesley. I love you so much. Do you know what? That actually, with what you just said, though, it kind of reminded me of something that I never really put towards social media. But I learned this thing. If you have to go to more than 4 people about the same problem, you're not looking for a solution. You're looking to complain. The same thing could be done with social media. If you're just out here just rambling on, you're just trying to release some anger that you have. Mm-hmm. You're not trying to look for help from anyone. You're not trying to get better. You're not trying to better yourself as a person. You're just trying to hate people. That's really sad.
Yeah.
Ugh, do better. I like what you said. Do better.
I say that about a lot.
You do say that. So before social media, there was just like bullying in real life. And I don't know if that even exists for you anymore. But for me, I was the girl in high school that just, there was constantly rumors about. Mm. And I just never tried correcting people because they were just so outlandish. And I definitely deal with it in real life, but also social media now. So I'm kind of like dealing with it in both worlds. Yeah. High school was like the person saying it directly to your face. And now it's like everyone on social media trying to tell me what is important in my life and telling me how things are going and telling me how things are happening to me. It's so wild where things have gone. For you and your generation, is there bullying in real life or is it only in social media?
I think it's both. It's whatever. Because also a lot of people that, let's be honest, a lot of people that get bullied in high school don't have social media still.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, is that a thing? Mm-hmm. I didn't know that.
That's why they're like...
Are they bullied because they don't have the social media? No. Or they don't act like they're not active on social media? I just feel
like there's a lot of kids I go to school with where I'm just like, you're not like hip kids. And like the more like to date people that have like a social life. And then there's like the nerds that get bullied, like the stereotypical stuff. And I just feel like a lot of them don't be on social media like that.
And why do you think that is?
They're like dedicated to school, and a lot of people
they just don't put their time to it, so they're not active in it.
Yeah, and some people just they don't care about it, which is like good for them. And so I think whenever people that think they're popular see other people more outcast, they immediately like, even if it's not through social media because other people don't have it, it would just be like start saying stuff about kids. It's actually really sad.
Yeah,
I don't get bullied anymore. I used to though.
You used to get bullied.
I got bullied real bad in elementary school.
I know. I remember that.
I know. I was talking about it the other day. Like, okay, put in perspective for you guys. Growing up, I wasn't the most girly girl. I was pretty shy. And I just like, I don't know. Everyone just thought I was a boy. I swear. I didn't look like a full boy. But I dressed like you. Like I showed up to school in a
your bow suspenders and bow tie. Yeah, you loved that. It was so cute, and they were always matching. You're welcome. I always made sure I shopped really well for you. But I wanted you to look like you, and you wanted to wear suspenders and a bow tie.
I know. I really liked dressing like a boy.
I picked you up from school. I think you were in 4th grade. I picked you up and you started crying, but you weren't crying walking to the car. You got into the car and then you started crying because you didn't want them to see you crying.
Nobody's gonna see me crying.
I know, but you got into the car, you started crying. I was like, oh my gosh, like, what's wrong? And you're like, they made fun of me for my clothes. They said I look like a boy.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, what do you want to do? What do you want to do tomorrow? And you said, I'm going to wear it again. And so you wore the suspenders and the bow tie again the next day. I was so proud of you.
I always had the mindset.
Always did.
I knew who I was from a young age.
You said, I'm going to beat my own drum and do my own thing. And I loved it. But do kids get bullied at school like that? Like that aggressively?
No, I think elementary was just different. Now people are like, they'll make jokes about people, but it's not like bullying to the degree that you see on a movie or a show. It's just not like that. And I don't know if it was different for you growing up. Like, nobody's getting slammed against a locker or anything.
I don't think I ever saw a fight in my high school or anything like that. Like, people got bullied from like words and rumors. I never saw like any sort of physical thing happen.
I think now it's different because people don't take getting bullied. I think people fight back now. I go to a private school. You can't fight. You'll get expelled. You'll lose all the D1 scholarships you got, whatever academic thing you got going on. You're done. Like immediately. Like my school doesn't have any tolerance for that. So people know to like not to fight on campus or just do it outside of campus. But I know a lot of public schools, at least in California, are
Crazy.
outlandish.
So then what is the difference now? Because now we're talking about the physical, but what about social media? Do people get bullied at your school through social media?
But what I'm saying is I don't think people get bullied like that anymore. People are way more combative now. And I think social media in a way has let people have a voice in a positive and negative way. At least the people that I surround myself with and the people that I like know and talk about social media with, they'll stand up for themselves. If they get a hateful comment, hey, we're confronting you at school. Like, that's weird. Yeah, some people like won't say anything, but just bullying is not to the degree that I think like the term bullying seems like as before.
No, I love that. I like to hear that that's like that now.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. I think a lot of us as adults, like for me as a parent, I've always been worried what that looks like, especially when I think of like something like Snapchat.
Yeah.
Like, are people sending mean things? But I love that it's not like that for you guys.
At least high school is more chill, but in middle school or like in elementary school now, when people are first getting social media or first trying, like I bet it's crazy then. But I didn't have social media.
Yeah, I know. I had yours. I controlled yours for you.
Yeah.
I was one of those people.
Yeah.
I was like, Miss Leslie Renee.
You're gonna think I'm describing weight loss injections, but I'm not. These remarkable weight loss testimonials come from a doctor-formulated weight loss supplement called Lean. So this is what people are saying. Patty S. said, I finally found a weight loss product that works. I wanted to lose 20 pounds and Lean really curbs my appetite. Lori M. wrote, I struggled to get weight off and Lean has been a lifesaver. I've been losing a couple pounds a week or more. Kelly F. said, amazing. I immediately noticed an energy boost and a healthy weight loss and weight. I would promote this product to anyone. Now, Lean was created by a doctor and university researcher to target the goals of GLP-1s, but without the injections. The studied ingredients in Lean have been, able to show lower blood sugar, radically reduce appetite, and burn fat by converting it to energy. So if you're struggling to lose weight and healthy diet and exercise just isn't for you, please try Lean. It's incredible. But let's first get you started with 20% off. So just use the code BetweenUs20 at TakeLean.com. Again, the code is BetweenUs20 at TakeLean.com. Again, the website is TakeLean.com. Now, disclaimer, results vary. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA and is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease and is not a substitute for care from a healthcare provider. But again, you guys can check out TakeLean.com and get 20% off with the Between Us 20 code. Thank you guys.
Okay, I find myself doing this all the time. I think we should talk about doom scrolling. Oh my gosh, I love doom scrolling. I doom scroll so often and you catch me. And it's just like, it's endless. I love it. When I need to like get away from my thoughts, because my mind just like never stops, I just find myself scrolling on Instagram. And then TikTok takes me down to all sorts of craziness. All like one video of tarot card readers. Oh my gosh.
I had to
I
block
fall
them.
down a rabbit hole with those. It's like once you like one thing on TikTok, it just spirals and you just keep going.
Girl.
But I'm like, they're telling me what my day is supposed to be like today. And I just start listening like over and over and over into all these like tarot card readers. And I listen and I love them. And then I'll realize I've been scrolling for like 2 hours.
Yeah.
What do you scroll?
I scroll on TikTok.
No, I know.
There's Instagram Reels too, which I don't use that as much, but when I do, it's like pretty funny. But I was already a bad procrastinator. I have been all my life. TikTok has made it so much worse. So much worse. I already stay up late. TikTok, hours on end. Hours.
Okay, then what is it that you're falling down into like the rabbit hole with? Like, is it conspiracy theories? Is it?
No.
What is it?
I don't even know. It's just like I'll watch hair and makeup tutorials or I'll be watching like, I don't even know.
You don't even know.
Sometimes it gets really political on my For You page. Sometimes it's just stupid, funny stuff.
I remember when
it's like,
I couldn't even watch that pimple popper and I was appalled.
Oh my gosh.
It was so gross. No,
I love pimple popping.
So gross. Ew.
Like, what is it?
Not.
Mukbangs? Love
What?
mukbangs. You don't know what a mukbang is?
Oh, come again?
A mukbang?
I still don't know what you said. I need you to say it again.
Mukbang.
A mukbang.
Yeah.
I do not know what that is.
It's where people eat in front of the camera.
Stop. Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
and it'll be like ASMR too. Like you like listen to them eat. And it'll be like plates of food. I'm talking buffet style.
Okay,
All
but
to one person,
how-
maybe with a friend.
How are you enjoying that? You don't even. I happen to know one of your pet peeves is people that chew with their mouth open. So how are you watching that?
I don't like it when it's ASMR. I like it when it's more like conversational, like we're eating while talking.
What?
Not like with your mouth full. Don't talk with your mouth full. That's disgusting. I
But
would
then,
hate you if you did that.
but that's what you're watching on social media.
No,
that
no,
doesn't,
no, no,
see,
no.
that doesn't
No,
make
no,
sense.
You're not
That doesn't
understanding
align.
what I'm saying.
Okay, go again. Try to explain it to me one more time.
Yes, people will be sharing. Like, it's like you're at a lunch, except you're in front of a camera.
So
But you're not listening to the chewing. You're listening to the conversation. And like,
you're watching.
it's like an
eat.
interview with food. I love that. But I don't like the ASMR.
Okay.
You hate ASMR in general, though.
I do. I don't understand why. I don't know why you do that.
You know what I realized, though, more recently?
What?
We used to be really strict about the no smacking rule. Yeah. I think more recently, like, I don't know. I think it's gone worse for you. But it's because it is one of my biggest pet peeves.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fire. All right. Okay. So now we're going to do, Wesley, we are going to do the comparison trap topic. I wanted to ask you a couple of questions because you always are on social media.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you're gorgeous. And you are very gorgeous.
I know.
But do you ever find yourself falling into the trap of like when you're on Snapchat or TikTok or Instagram, when you're posting things, do you feel the need to have to use like Facetune or some of like the, what are they called? Like the filters over your face? Do you feel like it's necessary for you to use those?
I don't.
You don't?
But I just would get paranoid. Even if it's like the smallest edit, I will be able to notice. So just my entire life, I have like maybe like funny filters or stuff like that. Or like they have like a TikTok or Snapchat will have like a blurring thing that makes your skin seem more smooth.
See, that's the one I use. So that's why I was asking.
But besides that, like Facetune and photoshopping, at that point, you're doing too much. Retake the photo. Maybe it's just different. Like some people will take a photo and then have like 2 to choose from. I'm like, we're going to take 100 and I'm going to pick from the 100 which ones I look best in. I'm going to post them. Do you do the same thing?
For me, I just was curious because I am more on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like it is more of a curated space where people like things look a little more put together. I always use a blurred filter over my face. But then I wonder for your generation if that always makes us kind of look like we're fake. Because I don't want to come across as fake or unauthentic or like I have insecurities about that. But I do always use that. But I don't mean it
I think
for any bad reason. But I like it to look a little more curated. I like all my photos always feel like they're really bright. It's just more of like my personal aesthetic. Yeah. But then I like that on TikTok when I'm following people, I like people that feel a little more raw and authentic that are unfiltered.
I think that's what my generation's good at. And like that older people don't really like, because I feel like growing up so structured, they don't feel like they can let their ugly side show. I just feel like growing up and seeing like other people's Instagrams, I'm like, I can tell you don't look like that.
Right.
I don't do it, but I think obviously whatever you post, you're going to like try to look your best in. But I'm not going to go out of my way to not have it be me.
Yeah. No, I like that. Because I just feel like for me and when I was growing up, my mother was super strict about always being put together when you left the house. So I kind of feel like that's actually come out in my social media as well. Like my social media, I don't like to post if I don't have makeup on, but it's not from a place of like me being super insecure about it or having insecurities about like my looks. It's just the way I was trained by my mother because of her generation was like, I'm always ready for the day. I always have my hair done. My makeup's always done. I always have like the correct outfit for whatever event I'm going to. And it's kind of translated into my social media. So I kind of wish sometimes I could put that guard down. Yeah. So I could just be a little bit more relaxed in it.
I don't think, even then with like how unfiltered people my age tend to be, I still don't post myself looking ugly. Like, hello?
I don't think you ever look ugly.
Well, yeah. But, no, I'm just kidding. I'm just joking.
Oh, but you're not.
No, but like
you're not.
I know. But I have like a spam Instagram where it's like all my close friends will be able to see me look ugly and it's for funsies. But like, I just don't feel like there's a need for me to look like awful on social media.
Yeah, because you kind of want there to be some sort of whatever your aesthetic is, like whatever your thing is.
If the page is
for everyone.
If the page is ugly, I don't want anyone seeing like a lash falling off or like any of that stuff. I also I don't post a lot. I should though.
You should post more. You should. I think that'd be really good for you, especially with everything that you've got going on in your life. But kind of going back to the whole idea, though, of like your looks and what you feel comfortable with posting, I've been curious, do you ever find yourself comparing yourself to like celebrities or other young girls your age, their social medias? Do you ever find that you're comparing what your looks like compared to, to how you look? And does that ever make you feel insecure, or is it more inspiring to you?
I think obviously there are like societal norms, what people want to look for in a girl, or just like ways that I want to be perceived. Like obviously I want to be like pretty, but I don't think like it's ever made me insecure, the pressures of like other people's opinions, because I know that I don't look like everybody else, and everyone's like, nobody looks the same. One thing about me that I know a lot of other people, they might relate to it, they might not. It would bother me so much if I felt like I looked like every other girl. So I just feel like when people compare me to other people, or like a pretty celebrity that everyone's like, oh, I want them. I think I've accepted the fact that it's like, I look how I look and it's not going to change. Like I've been gifted certain features. People could like them and they could not. Also, I think overall, I'm just not a very insecure person. Like of course I have my things. Once again, I got bangs. You're not going to see my forehead. Like, they're just things. I don't know. Everyone has their like qualities they don't necessarily love to put out there. So, do you feel like social media's affected how you see yourself?
I feel like the reason I use social media is I want to always be inspired, but more from like lifestyle reasons. I don't really look at inspiration for like beauty standards from social media. I have, like you, I've really accepted what I look like, and I work on it. I do my hair, I do my makeup. Like I like to feel like I look my best, and whatever my way of looking at myself feels like with that. But I don't ever find myself like, man, I wish I looked like her. I've never done that with TV. I've never done that with movies or magazines or now social media. I've never fallen into that trap for myself. But I think that's because I like feeling like me.
Yeah.
I like looking like who I am. And I've always really been strong into that. I know this might sound cheesy, but I think my mom's really pretty. And I just like love looking at her features. And she's never had any work done. And I sometimes like, I look like my mom. And I just think that's like a really special thing that I look to her for that. And like, I don't know, I kind of want to still look like me. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't ever want to try to be like, oh, I want to look like this person. Because I'm like, well, shoot. What's going to happen to like my identity?
I just think every time people try to be like, oh, I wish I looked like them, like they don't realize that person's going to have their insecurities and features they don't like either. Yeah. So regardless, like you're never going to win. And like there are people who be like, oh, I think I'm fat, or like I need to lose weight. But then when they do lose weight, they're still insecure.
Yeah.
You're always going to have something. Mm-hmm. And I know that, like, there's some days I'll be like, I don't like my hair. And then I'll go and look back at videos and be like, wow, I was actually having a good hair day. I was just in my own head about it. I don't know. Sometimes we just put too much pressure on ourselves instead of just looking at the bigger picture. Like, we're not even supposed to know what we really look like. We made mirrors. It's a man-made thing. Like, we made cameras. Like, it doesn't matter at the end of the day.
Yeah, I really do. I want to always hold and, like, stand tall in who I am. Mm-hmm. I'd always want you guys to see me for that. Even if there's imperfections, I think imperfections can be the more beautiful thing in people.
Yeah.
And I often think, even when you think of like losing someone, that like little mark they had on their face, or that weird quirk of the things that they would say, or that weird thing that they would do every single day that at first annoyed you, or their bad haircut. Like, those are going to be the things about people that you actually miss the most, because it's what makes them original.
Yeah.
And I sometimes think that social media is kind of making people veer into like these identities that all seem the same. But no, like, find your uniqueness. And that's what people love the most.
I agree. Like, once you start losing who you are and being comfortable in your own skin, you becoming just like everybody else, it's like, it makes you boring. I don't know. And it's so easy to notice when people aren't being authentic. I think also when people exude confidence and like know their own worth, it makes me more attracted to be around them. That's what makes them an attractive person.
I think you have a really healthy way of looking at social media, which makes me really proud, because you are young. And I've seen so many people, especially like teenagers, on the other side of it that can be really, harmful to like their like to like who they are and their identities. So it
Mhm.
makes me proud of you that you've already, worked towards that. If you could give advice to kids, teens, people, anyone using social media, what advice would you give?
Just be very mindful that what you put onto social media is going to be there forever and that it is important the way that you want to be perceived. Try to just spread a good message and be the best person you can because it's important. It impacts other people.
I would say kindness matters. With that being said, the reminder to call the Holker hotline, record directly at the link in the show notes, or email the Between Us show at gmail.com. And you can share your thoughts, your questions, or experiences for future episodes. And if you have thoughts on anything that we've talked about today about social media, please share with us and we'll make sure we get to you. If you have more questions or want more advice about it, just reach out and we'll do our best to get to you.
This podcast has been brought to you by Podcast Nation.